Hello friend. Welcome to MovieMark. Today we have brought you some amazing horror slasher adult movies, which are masterpiece movies forever. Hope you will like them. So let's start today's video.
I'm just really scared that something bad is going to happen. Gross.
Number 10. X. This movie based on horror mystery thriller genres, with 6.6 IMDb rating. In 1979, police officers arrive on a desolate farm in rural Texas and find numerous dead bodies wrapped in bags. They enter the farmhouse and find something shocking in the basement. 24 hours earlier, aspiring adult film star Maxine embarks on a road trip with her producer boyfriend Wayne, fellow actors Bobby Lynn and Jackson, amateur director RJ, and RJ's girlfriend Lorraine, to shoot a pornographic film. Bobby Lynn and Jackson strike up a romance, while RJ attempts to make the film seem like a serious cinematic work of art, and Lorraine, who assists with equipment and lighting, is unimpressed. Number 9. It Follows. This movie based on horror mystery thriller genres, with 6.8 IMDb rating. A young woman named Annie flees from her house in fear, but there is no visible threat. She takes her parents' car and drives to the beach, where she tearfully tells her father over the phone that she loves him. At dawn, it is revealed that she has been brutally murdered. Afterwards, Jamie J. Height goes on a date with her new boyfriend, Hugh, to the movies. Hugh points out a young girl in the back of the theater. When Jay says she cannot see the girl, Hugh becomes unnerved and asks that they leave. Number 8. Apostle. This movie based on drama fantasy horror genres, with 6.3 IMDb rating. In 1905, Thomas Richardson travels to a remote Welsh island to rescue his sister, Jennifer, who has been kidnapped and held for ransom by a mysterious cult. Posing as a convert, Thomas encounters the leader, Malcolm Howe, who founded the cult with two other convicts, Frank and Quinn. They claim that the barren island was rendered fertile through blood sacrifice. Thomas discovers Frank's son Jeremy and Quinn's daughter Fionn sneaking home after a tryst. He forces Jeremy to admit that Jennifer was kidnapped for ransom, as the cult does not have the resources to pay for the continuous animal sacrifices needed to maintain the island's fertility. Number 7. Scream. This movie based on horror mystery thriller genres, with 6.3 IMDb rating. Like the original movie 25 years ago, a cute teenage girl is at home alone when the phone rings. A man wants to play a game with her. With the threat of killing her best friend, Tara's forced to play along. She barely survives the ghost-faced masked intruder's stabbing. Her 5-year-older sister, Sam Antha, who left home at 18 due to mental problems, Sam's boyfriend and Tara's high school friends visit her at the hospital. Later on in a bar, a guy provokes the friends and is later attacked outside in the parking lot by Ghostface. Sam receives a call from him at the hospital and then he unsuccessfully attacks her. She later reveals family secrets to her sister. Sam contacts one of the original victims, Dewey, for help. He warns two other original victims, Sidney Prescott and Gail Weathers, about Ghostface being back. Who is Ghostface? How many more must die? Number 6. You're Next. This movie based on horror thriller genres, with 6.6 IMDb rating. The film opens with a couple, Talia and Eric Harson, having sex. Afterwards, Talia walks around the house, not noticing that the motion sensor light outside had turned out. After a shower, Eric finds "You're Next" written on the window in Talia's blood. Her body is lying dead on the ground. An attacker wearing a lamb mask attacks Eric and kills him with a machete. Erin accompanies her boyfriend, Crispin Davison, to his family reunion at their vacation home in rural Missouri. Number 5. Barbarian. This movie based on horror mystery thriller genres, with 7.0 IMDb rating. Tess Marshall arrives at a rental house in the rundown Detroit neighborhood of Brightmoor on the evening before a job interview. However, she finds it has been double-booked and is already occupied by a man named Keith Toshko. Initially unnerved by Keith, Tess warms up to him and decides to stay the night while Keith sleeps on the sofa. When she wakes up in the middle of the night, she is shaken to find her bedroom door has been opened, but Keith is asleep and assures her he did not touch the door. Number 4. Smile. This movie based on horror mystery thriller genres, with 6.6 IMDb rating. At a psychiatric ward, therapist Dr. Rose Cotter meets with Laura Weaver, a graduate student who witnessed her art history professor die by suicide a few days earlier. Laura claims that an entity taking the form of smiling people has been terrorizing her and has told her that she is going to die. Soon after, Laura stumbles to the floor and begins screaming. After Rose calls for help, she sees Laura standing up and smiling. With a shard of a broken vase, Laura kills herself by slitting her throat. Rose later sees her manic patient Carl smiling and shouting that she is going to die. Rose calls for nurses to restrain him, only to see he was asleep the whole time. Concerned for Rose's mental well-being, her supervisor Dr. Morgan Desai gives her a week off. Number 3. Fear Street. This movie based on drama horror mystery genres, with 6.2 IMDb rating. 994, in Shadyside, the murder capital of the United States, yet another brutal, unmotivated massacre sends shivers down the spine. And more, the unholy name of Sarah Fear, a cursed local witch, keeps popping up. Now, something evil has awoken, forcing a team of 5 teenage friends to summon up the courage to get to the bottom of a bloody, centuries-old secret and fight tooth and nail against unstoppable supernatural forces to stay alive. But in this dangerous cat-and-mouse game, someone else makes the rules. Can the young defenders lift the town curse and end it all? Number 2. Midsommar. This movie based on drama horror mystery genres, with 7.1 IMDb rating. American psychology student Danny Arter is left deeply traumatized after her sister commits a murder-suicide by filling the house with carbon monoxide, killing herself and their parents. The incident further strains Danny's relationship with her increasingly distant boyfriend of 4 years, cultural anthropology student, Christian. As summer approaches, she learns that Christian and fellow students Mark and Josh have been invited by their Swedish friend Pell to attend a midsummer festival at his ancestral commune, the Harga, in rural Hälsingland, Sweden. The festival occurs only once every 90 years, and Josh, who is writing his thesis on European midsummer festivities, regards it as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Christian had not discussed the trip with Danny, as he intended to break up with her before the tragedy with her family. After an argument, he reluctantly invites her along. Number 1. Hereditary. This movie based on drama horror mystery genres, with 7.3 IMDb rating. A grieving family is haunted by tragic and disturbing occurrences. Miniature artist Annie Graham lives with her psychiatrist husband Steve, their 16-year-old son Peter, and their 13-year-old daughter Charlie. The family attends the funeral of Annie's emotionally distant mother, Ellen. Annie is surprised at the number of people in attendance. Annie attends a bereavement support group, revealing she and her mother had a fraught relationship until Charlie was born, when Ellen became a significant figure in raising her. Meanwhile, Steve receives a phone call telling him that unknown perpetrators desecrated Ellen's grave, but does not reveal this to Annie. So friends, I hope you liked the video. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this.